Dive into the ocean of wisdom with the second chapter of the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah. This monumental surah, the longest in the Quran, holds a significant position immediately following the opening chapter. As we explore its depth, we find it brimming with enlightenment and guidance, a beacon for those seeking answers. Surah Al-Baqarah, or the Cow, is a Medinan surah, revealed after the Prophet's migration to Medina. This period marked a transformative phase in Islamic history, where the foundations of a new society based on divine guidance were being laid. This context is vital as it shapes the various themes and teachings found within the surah. The surah is a treasure trove of knowledge, encompassing a broad spectrum of teachings. It guides us in matters of faith, provides a moral compass, and outlines social and economic laws for a harmonious society. It also presents compelling narratives of previous prophets, instilling lessons of patience, trust, and unwavering belief in the divine decree. The surah, with its 286 verses, is a comprehensive guide for life. It begins with Alif Lam Mim, the mysterious letters whose meanings are known only to the Almighty. These intriguing letters are followed by the affirmation of the Quran as guidance for those who are conscious of their Creator. The surah as a whole serves as a bridge between the divine and the human, a conduit of divine wisdom. It challenges us to reflect, to ponder, and to strive for a deeper understanding of our purpose in life. It pushes us to look beyond the surface, to delve into the deeper meanings and implications of our existence. As we journey through the surah, we find ourselves woven into the fabric of a grand narrative, part of a continuous chain of faith and guidance. It reminds us of our shared heritage and our collective responsibility towards the betterment of humanity. With a deeper understanding of its context, let us delve into the verses of this profound surah. So let's embark on this enlightening journey, exploring the wisdom of Surah Al-Baqarah verse by verse. The surah commences with a mysterious Alif Lam Mim. These are 3 Arabic letters, known as the disjointed letters, which open this surah. The exact meaning of these letters is unknown, representing the divine knowledge that is beyond human comprehension. Moving forward, we delve into the first verse which, when translated into English, reads, "This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah." This verse affirms the divine origin of the Quran and its role as a guide for those who are aware of Allah's presence and maintain a spiritual connection with the divine. The second verse, "Who believe in the unseen, establish prayer, and spend out of what we have provided for them," expands on the characteristics of the righteous ones mentioned in the previous verse. The unseen here refers to the metaphysical aspects of existence that are beyond our sensory perception, such as Allah, the angels, and the hereafter. It's about having faith in the Almighty and His divine plan, even when we can't physically see it. The verse also highlights the importance of establishing prayer, a key pillar of Islam, and spending from what Allah has provided, a reference to the practice of charity and the redistribution of wealth in society. The third verse, "And who believe in what has been revealed to you, and what was revealed before you, and of the hereafter they are certain," emphasizes the continuity of divine revelation and the certainty of life after death. This verse affirms the belief in all revelations sent down by Allah, including the Quran revealed to the Prophet Muhammad and scriptures revealed to previous prophets. It also underscores the certainty of the hereafter, another key aspect of Islamic belief. These verses remind us of the fundamental virtues of faith, prayer, and charity. They set the stage for the guidance that the Quran offers to those who are conscious of Allah, believe in the unseen, uphold the prayer, and are generous with the provisions bestowed upon them by the Almighty. Continuing to verses 4 and 5, the surah introduces the believer's attitude towards revelation. In the 4th verse of Surah Al-Baqarah, the Quran describes the believers as those who believe in what has been revealed to you and what was revealed before you, and of the hereafter they are certain. This verse underscores the importance of faith in all divine revelations, not just what was revealed to Prophet Muhammad. The believers are those who accept the scriptures in their entirety, acknowledging the wisdom and guidance they offer. Moreover, the verse highlights the certainty of the hereafter, a vital element of Islamic belief. It is this certainty that shapes the believer's actions, steering them towards righteousness and away from transgressions. Moving on to the 5th verse, we find a promise of divine guidance. The verse reads, "These are on guidance from their Lord, and these are the successful." This verse acts as a beacon of hope and reassurance for the believers. It affirms that those who have faith in the divine revelations and the hereafter will be guided by their Lord. But this isn't just about guidance. The verse also promises success to the believers. It's important to understand that success, in this context, isn't necessarily about worldly achievements or material wealth. Instead, it refers to spiritual success, a state of inner peace and contentment, and ultimately, the attainment of paradise in the hereafter. To sum up, verses 4 and 5 of Surah Al-Baqarah highlight the believer's acceptance of the revealed scriptures and their certainty of the hereafter. They also promise divine guidance and success to those who embody these beliefs. These verses reiterate the significance of accepting divine revelations and acknowledging life after death. In verses 6 and 7, the surah shifts focus to those who have rejected faith. It's a clear transition, delving into the consequences of disbelief. The verses read, "Indeed, those who disbelieve, it is all the same for them whether you warn them or do not warn them, they will not believe. Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing, and over their vision is a veil, and for them is a great punishment." Let's unpack that. The verses speak of a certain inevitability tied to disbelief. No matter how much you try to warn those who have chosen to reject faith, the verses suggest, they will not heed the call. This is not a callous dismissal of their potential for change, but rather a poignant reflection on the nature of disbelief itself. The verses go on to say that Allah has set a seal upon their hearts and upon their hearing. This is a powerful metaphor that signifies the closing off of spiritual receptivity. Their hearts, metaphorically the seat of understanding and emotion, are sealed, and their hearing, a symbol for the acceptance of guidance, is blocked. And over their vision, the verses add, is a veil. This veil is yet another metaphor, this time for the obstruction of perception. In essence, their ability to see the truth is clouded, further cementing their rejection of faith. Finally, these verses conclude with a solemn warning, and for them is a great punishment. This punishment, as understood by many interpreters, is not merely a worldly one, but an eternal consequence in the hereafter. In a broader sense, these verses offer a profound commentary on the nature of disbelief and its consequences. They serve as a mirror, reflecting the condition of those who choose to shut themselves off from divine guidance and wisdom. These verses serve as a solemn reminder of the consequences of turning away from faith. The last verses we cover today, 8 to 10, present a critique of hypocrisy. As we delve into these verses, we find a striking depiction of individuals who, while claiming to believe, deceive themselves and others about the true state of their faith. These verses, in their powerful language, draw a vivid picture of hypocrisy in religious matters. Verse 8 translates as, "And there are some who say, 'We believe in Allah and the last day,' while in fact, they do not believe." This verse highlights those who profess faith, but their hearts do not truly harbor it. They may say the words, but their actions and intentions reveal a different story. Moving on to verse 9, it reads, "They think to deceive Allah and those who believe, while they only deceive themselves, but they perceive it not." Here, the verse emphasizes the self-deception of these individuals. They think they can deceive the all-knowing and those who truly believe, but they are only fooling themselves. Yet they are so lost in their hypocrisy that they fail to realize this. Finally, verse 10 states, "In their hearts is a disease, and Allah has increased their disease. A painful punishment awaits them because of their lies." This verse refers to the spiritual disease of hypocrisy that has taken root in their hearts. Their insincere faith is described as a disease, one that only grows as they persist in their hypocrisy. And for such individuals, a severe punishment is promised. These verses, 8 to 10, serve as a stark warning against hypocrisy. They remind us of the importance of sincerity and faith, of matching our words with our intentions and actions. They caution us against the dangers of deceiving ourselves and others about our belief. So as we wrap up our exploration of the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, let's remember the profound lessons they offer. From acknowledging the divine source of the Quran, to understanding the characteristics of true believers, and finally, recognizing and avoiding hypocrisy. These verses warn against hypocrisy and the dire consequences that follow, rounding off our exploration of the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah.